aside from gay ill Carolyn Burston being obviously a nom de guerre, gay illness, bombs bursting, Christmas caroling. That also shows the name index of Ronnie Zisinski in Sin War, which shows that the Israelis and the Hamas extremists hark from the same barking pumpkin. You do get into semantics of a legal direction by the corrupt administration who says, even if there's a bunch of Ronnies working together, that doesn't mean Reagan was behind it. Of course, the evidence shows that Reagan was behind it. The names themselves don't mean that. Of course, that's true. But what does it mean to them, to the people who organized it, is really the question. What are they thinking? Not whether you're trying to pull a look-alike because you think all blacks look like, so might as well just lock one up. What they do is they think in terms of arcs. In other words, the fact that a look-alike of Gail Carolyn Burston appears on a 1979 record by Robert Fripp called God Save the Queen, and she was never arrested for the so-called Lennon letters, is ferociously suspicious. It is the most rabid barking pumpkin on the block. Okay. They hark back to Tammo DeJong's paranormal idea of archetypes. Get it? They look alike because there's psychological resonance of one another. They resonate from each other. So it's like I am he as you are he, because they resonate back to the sacred order of the totem absolute in higher power. And these cults, I've been among them, they all talk about higher power. So, look, I'll give you an example. Settler colonialists from Israel are a great deal like the feral hogs that were introduced to cause so much trouble and misfortune in Texas and Canada. Well, somebody comes down with legal authority, shows a badge, and says, yes, maybe that's true, Mac, but which feral hog do they resemble? Aha! Do you have the microchip of the feral hog that they resemble, that they are the absolute progenitors of? Well, so loosely construed, they all resemble feral hogs. But that doesn't mean you can hurt one because you don't know which feral hog got into the administration and murdered senior faculty. You can't just pick off any feral hog. You have to know which feral hog it was. But do they think that way is the question? Not does a responsible, fair person think that way. Do they think that way? What they say is Adam Eisenstadt is Abdul. Abdul is Hamas. Hamas is Palestinian children. So we get to kill all the Palestinian children. That's how they think. See how it works? So you may not know the microchip number of the feral hog that the Zionist government, the Knesset and Likud represent. So you're helpless. You can't do anything legally about them murdering senior faculty, tearing up the palace, tearing up the schools, kidnapping children, torturing them, poisoning them, raping them. You can't do anything about that because you don't know which exact feral hog they resemble. But when they say Adam Eisenstadt is Abdul, and Abdul is Hamas, and Hamas is Palestinian children. Then you get to embark on the ultimate satisfy if you're a MAGA type. You can do it at the Blue House.